The night I saw the video, my hands were shaking. I couldn't believe my eyes. He said it was just a kiss, but I saw everything. My name is Grace. I'm 24 years old. I live in a small, quiet town near Seattle, Washington. The air here is soft in the mornings, and the rain falls like a whisper. Every day, I walk to the flower shop where I work with my aunt. The shop is small, but it smells like roses and clean earth. I love that smell. It feels like home. I arrange flowers with my hands, slowly, carefully. Pink tulips. Yellow daisies. White lilies. Flowers never lie. If they are dying, they show you. If they are blooming, they smile. I think that's why I love them. They are honest. And they don't leave. But this story, it isn't about flowers. It's about Evan. I met Evan when I was 20. He walked into the bookstore where I used to read on Sundays. He had messy hair, soft eyes, and a shy smile. He asked what book I was reading. I don't even remember what I said, but I remember his laugh. It was warm. It made my chest feel full, like something good was starting. Evan studied architecture. He loved buildings, cities, old cathedrals. He talked about our future, a little house by a lake, maybe a dog. He said he wanted to build a life with me. And I believed him. For almost 4 years, he was everything. My morning texts, my late-night calls, my birthday surprises. We planned everything together. Even baby names. I thought our love was forever. But sometimes, forever ends too soon. But then, slowly, things started to change. Evan got a new job in the city. It was 2 hours away by car. Not very far on a map, but it felt far to my heart. I told him I was proud of him. I smiled on the outside. But inside, I felt something small and cold. A quiet fear. We started long distance. At first, we tried. We really tried. Every night, we FaceTimed. I would lie in bed, phone in my hand, waiting for his face to appear on the screen. When it did, I would feel better. Like the world made sense again. We sent each other silly videos of our pets, of bad meals we cooked, of the sky. He used to call me dummy in a sweet voice. I miss you, dummy, he'd say. And I would laugh and say, I miss you more. But slowly, his replies came late. Sometimes, not at all. He said he was busy. Meetings all day, he'd text. Or just, sorry, babe. Tired. I told myself it was okay. People get busy. Love stays strong. Then one night, he told me he was going to a party. Some work thing. I asked, will there be girls there? He laughed. Not kindly. Almost like I was being silly. Come on, Grace, he said. You really don't trust me? I wanted to say yes. I wanted to be the cool girlfriend who says, have fun, babe. I wanted to trust him. God, I wanted to. But something inside me paused. A quiet voice said, something's not right. And that voice didn't go away. 2 days later, I was folding laundry on my bed. The sun was coming through the window, soft and warm on my arms. It was a quiet afternoon. I had a cup of tea beside me. Everything felt normal. Then my phone buzzed. It was a message from Amanda, my closest friend since high school. It said just one thing. I think you need to see this. My heart skipped a beat. No emoji. No joke. Just a short sentence, and a video. I stared at the screen for a few seconds. My hand suddenly felt cold. I didn't want to open it. But my thumb moved on its own. I pressed play. The video was from Instagram. Someone's story from the party. The screen was shaky, the music loud. People were laughing, dancing, holding drinks. Just a normal night out. And then, in the corner of the screen, I saw him. Evan. His face was clear, even in the bad lighting. My heart dropped. He was sitting on a couch. And on his lap was a girl. She was smiling. Her hand was in his hair. Then, right there in front of everyone, they kissed. Not a quick kiss. Not something small. It was slow. Like a secret. Like they had done it before. Like it meant something. I remember the sound of my heart breaking. It wasn't loud. No glass. No shouting. No noise. It was quiet. Like something inside me, gently falling apart. Like a soft crack in the middle of my chest, a sound only I could hear. I was sitting on my bed. My knees were tucked close to my body. My phone was still in my hand. My fingers felt numb, like they didn't belong to me. The light in the room felt different now. The tea on my bedside table had gone cold. I didn't move. I just stared at the screen. The video was still playing. Her smile. His hands. Their kiss. I whispered, "No, no, please." My voice was so small. Like a child waking up from a nightmare. But it wasn't a nightmare. It was real. It was happening. And it was right there in front of me. My heart didn't understand. My brain didn't want to believe it. He loves me, I told myself. He told me I'm his forever. He wouldn't do this. Right? Not Evan. Not my Evan. But the girl on his lap didn't care about my hope. And the kiss didn't lie. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay in bed, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. The room was dark, but my mind was full of light, blinking, painful light from that video. My phone was beside me on the pillow. I kept checking it. Over and over. Nothing. The world outside was quiet. But inside me, everything was loud. My heart. My thoughts. My fear. At 3:12 a.m., I finally picked up my phone. My hands were cold. My fingers shook. I typed slowly. "Can you call me?" I stared at the screen. Waiting. 1 minute passed. Then 5. Then 10. Still no answer. I wanted to scream. But I couldn't even cry. My throat felt tight, like something was stuck. At 6 a.m., the sky outside started to turn blue. I took a deep breath and called him. He answered on the third ring. His voice was sleepy. "Hey babe, what's up?" I closed my eyes. My voice was soft. But it shook. "Who is she?" He was quiet. "What?" I sat up. My heart was racing. I saw the video, Evan. The girl. The kiss. Who is she? There was silence on the line. Heavy silence. Then he said it. "It was just a kiss, Grace. It didn't mean anything." And in that moment, I knew. It meant something to me. I felt my knees go weak, like my body forgot how to stand. I slowly sat down on the floor, right there beside my bed. The wooden floor felt cold against my skin. I held the phone close to my ear, but I didn't speak. My voice came out as a whisper. It didn't mean anything? He sighed. That long, tired kind of sigh, like I was the problem. I was drunk, he said. It was stupid. It was just one time. But my heart didn't believe him. I knew that voice. I knew when he was lying. I could feel it, deep in my stomach. It wasn't just the kiss. It was the way he kissed her. The way he touched her hair. The way she looked at him like she already knew him. And I understood something awful in that moment. He wasn't telling me the whole truth. He wasn't sorry. He just got caught. Later that week, I learned something new. Evan and the girl worked together. They were in the same department at his office. I heard they had been staying late at work, working on projects, together, for many months. I felt so small. Like a fool. Like I had been blind. Every time I thought about it, my stomach hurt. How could I not see? How could I trust him so much? The worst part was not what he did. It was what he didn't do. He never cried. He never said sorry in a way I could believe. But I cried. Every night. I cried under my warm blanket. I cried in the quiet dark of my room. I cried because my heart was broken, and I didn't know how to fix it. The tears were soft, but they felt like heavy rain inside me. After everything, I stopped eating. I lost my appetite. Food tasted strange, like sadness. I stopped smiling too. Even when my aunt told a joke, I only gave a small, weak smile. The flowers at the shop, my favorite part of the day, looked gray to me. Their bright colors felt dull. Their sweet smell was gone. My aunt noticed something was wrong. One afternoon, she sat me down at the kitchen table. Her eyes were soft but serious. She took my hand and said slowly, "Grace, listen to me. A man who kisses another woman while he says he loves you." She paused, looking deep into my eyes. That's not love. That's comfort. That's fear. That's him, not you. Her words stayed in my heart. I felt a small, quiet hope begin to grow. Maybe it wasn't my fault. Maybe I could find my way back to light again. I started therapy. It was hard at first. Sitting in a quiet room and talking about my pain felt strange. But little by little, I began to open up. I also started journaling. Every morning, I wrote in my small notebook. I wrote about my feelings, my fears, and my hopes. One day, my therapist asked me a question. She looked kind and calm. She said, "Grace, what did you love most about Evan?" I thought for a moment. Then I said softly, "How he made me feel safe." She nodded and asked, "And do you feel safe now?" I shook my head slowly. "No," I said. "I don't feel safe. I feel like I don't even know him anymore." The words felt heavy, but true. It was the first time I spoke my real feelings out loud. I knew healing would take time, but I was ready to try. That moment was my turning point. I knew I needed to change. I blocked Evan on my phone. His name disappeared from my contacts. I deleted all our photos. Pictures of smiles that now felt like lies. I stopped listening to our playlist. Songs that once made me happy now made me sad. But then, slowly, I started to do something new. I picked up my old paintbrushes. I hadn't painted for a long time. I painted small things first. Clouds moving softly across the sky. Tall trees standing quiet in the wind. Gentle skies in the early morning light. The first painting I finished was special. It was a single flower, standing strong in a storm. The dark clouds were heavy, but the flower grew tall. That flower was me. I was small but still alive. I was hurt but still growing. And that gave me a little hope. Sometimes, late at night, I still miss him. Not the real Evan, no. I miss the version I made up in my head. The Evan who was kind, who never lied. The Evan who would never cheat. The perfect Evan I wanted to believe in. But I know now, he was never real. That Evan only lived in my heart, in my dreams. When I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror. I see my own eyes, my own face. Sometimes, it's hard to like what I see. But then I say quietly, "You are enough." I am enough. I don't need someone else to make me feel whole. I am strong on my own. And every day, I grow a little more. Like that flower I painted, small, but brave. I still remember the last words I wrote in my journal about him. I wrote slowly, carefully. He said it was just a kiss, but that kiss destroyed my trust. As I wrote those words, my hands shook a little. I felt pain in my chest, like a small fire burning. but writing helped me. It helped me see the truth. That kiss broke something inside me, yes. It broke my trust, something I thought would last forever. But it also gave me something new. A chance to find myself again. To be brave. To heal. To grow. I closed my journal softly and looked out the window. The sun was setting, painting the sky with soft pink and orange. I smiled a little. I knew this was not the end. It was the beginning of my new life.